Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg says she isn't going anywhere anytime soon. The justice reportedly said yesterday she hopes to stay on the bench for at least another 5 years. Ginsburg made the comments after a play about the late Justice Antonin Scalia. She told journalists she's 85 and that Justice John Paul Stevens was 90 when he retired, so she thinks she has at least that long.
U.S. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has died at the age of 87.
I stand before you today to fulfill one of my highest and most important duties under the United States Constitution, the nomination of a Supreme Court Justice.
Thank you, President Trump, for selecting me to serve as an Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court. It's a privilege to be asked to serve my country in this office, and I stand here tonight truly honored and humbled.
Conservative Justice Amy Coney Barrett is in her late 40s. It means that she will be on the U.S. Supreme Court for decades to come. And as painful as that may be to a lot of liberals and progressives, and as hurtful as it might be to think about the miscalculation that Justice Ginsburg engaged in, there's actually an opportunity now for Democrats to put a liberal or progressive justice on the U.S. Supreme Court for decades as well. Hello, everybody. I'm David Shuster, and thanks for watching. Justice Stephen Breyer, one of the steadfast liberals on the Supreme Court, he's 82 years old, and he's apparently now starting to talk with some of his colleagues and also some friends about the timing of a potential retirement. It's significant because the day after Democrats won those two Georgia Senate runoff races, here was the cabinet announcement that was made by President-elect Joe Biden.
For Attorney General of the United States, I nominate a man of impeccable integrity, Judge Merrick Garland, one of the most respected jurists of our time.
He also got screwed. That's right, that's the same Merrick Garland that President Obama nominated to the U.S. Supreme Court the last year of the Obama administration. Republicans controlled the U.S. Senate, refused to give any hearings to Garland, even a committee vote on Garland's nomination. Well, Garland being nominated to the Justice Department creates a vacancy on the U.S. Court of Appeals, and that is significant because the Court of Appeals is considered the springboard court to the United States Supreme Court. On Quick Hits News, my colleague Michael Schur explained the Biden opportunity.
It will open up a seat on the D.C. Court of Appeals for him to put in a hand-picked African-American woman to fill that seat, to groom that woman, to fulfill a promise he made to nominate an African-American woman to the Supreme Court. So when Stephen Breyer steps down, that will be the nomination.
The key is when Breyer steps down. We know that the United States Senate will be controlled by Democrats until at least November of 2022, the midterm elections. And under Senate rules, Democrats can get a justice, any sort of court nomination approved for that matter, with a simple majority. 50 votes is all it will take because the Democrats will have the White House and the Vice President to break any tie. So the question is, can Justice Breyer be convinced to step away from the United States Supreme Court, say by the summer of 2022? He would be 84 years old at that point, in order to make room for hearings for a much younger progressive justice to be confirmed. And then here's another question. Is a year and a half enough time for somebody to serve on the D.C. Court of Appeals and be able to convince every Democrat that they have the requisite experience to serve on the Supreme Court? Because keep in mind, some Democrats complained that Amy Coney Barrett, they voted against her because she had never served as a judge. Interesting questions, but it all starts with Stephen Breyer. Can he look at the calendar and do the calculation and see that if he wants to make sure that his seat stays in progressive liberal hands for decades to come, he's got to be able to do what Ruth Bader Ginsburg did not and recognize maybe it's time to go.